Hey guys, Michelangelo, also known as Moxxie from the band Thrilldriver here. Today we're going to look at how to order your effects. As some of you may know, I recently acquired a Line 6 HX effects in place of my pedals. The beauty of a device like the HX effects is that it's extremely easy to switch around your effects via the signal flow mode. This allows for an almost unlimited combinations of delays, reverbs, and distortions. Building presets on a multi-effects pedal can be a daunting task at first. And while there are factory presets, you're definitely going to want to create your own. The guidelines I'm going to give here work for me in my band Thrilldriver, but you're going to want to trust your ears, design your own sounds, and decide what works best for you. To demonstrate my usual effects order, we're going to take a look at the signal flow view. This isn't the only way to build presets, but it's definitely the easiest way to go in there and swap them around. You're going to press the button in the top left-hand corner with 3 lines, and then select signal flow. Now you're ready to start sculpting tone. Let's take a look at my current setup. First in the chain, we have the almighty wah-wah. I like to place this bad boy first because I use wah mainly for leads. When you put it before drives, it has more of a subtle effect. When it's after the drives, you're going to hear more wah-wah. Next up is the phaser. Much like the wah, I like to use it for leads, so I place it second so that it sits before my drives and has more of a subtle effect. Up next is everybody's favorite, overdrives and distortions. Up first, I have my trusty MXR Badass custom overdrive in a loop, and directly after that, I have my Marshall DSL 100H in another loop. I use the MXR Badass to push that Marshall into high gain heaven. The general rule of overdrives is that whatever comes last has a bigger overall influence on your tone. Since I mainly use EQ pedals as a solo boost, I like to place it right after the amp. That way when I step on my EQ, it gives me an overall boost in volume for solos but doesn't add any extra distortion. Up next we have the chorus. This is a great place to put your modulation effects because they're going to add another layer on top of your distortions. Up next we have the delays. I use these bad boys mainly for leads, so I like to place them after the distortions towards the end of the chain. If you have them at the end, you just get nice, clean, crisp repeats of whatever you're playing. If they're before distortion, sometimes the repeats can get kind of muddy, which isn't great for shredding. Last but not least, we have the verb. I always like to place this last because I use just a small amount of it to add space to my overall tone. So there you have it, ordering effects. Again, this is what I personally recommend, but the beauty of a device like the HX effects is that you can twist the dial and experiment and create your own tones. Until next time, I'm Moxxie.
Shit.